Hi there, welcome to News Flash on Fides Television, reaching you live on Fides Media. I am Dennis Joy, your host. In this captivating episode, we'll highlight the top stories making headlines in the Fides newspaper this week. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for joining us. Now let's head over to the news for this week. Habemus Papam. Robert Prevost elected as first American Pope takes name of Leo XIV. At last we have a Pope. He is Robert Prevost, who becomes the very first American to become Pope. He was chosen one from the conclave which gathered at the Sistine Chapel on Wednesday, May 7th. The newly elected pontiff, now known as Pope Leo XIV, is the first Pope from the United States of America and the new leader of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics. This story is continued on page 16 of the Fides newspaper. Tinubu visits Anambra, endorses Soludo's second tenure ambition. President Bola Tinubu made a momentous visit to Anambra State on Thursday, May 8, 2025, marking a significant milestone in the state's history. During his visit, President Bola Tinubu was conferred with a prestigious traditional Igbo title, Dike Simba of Anambra State. In his remark, Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo warmly appreciated President Bola Tinubu for his historic visit, describing it as a testament to their collaborative progress. Governor Soludo specifically appreciated the president for executing impactful road projects in Anambra State during his administration, which will further drive the state's development.
We are deeply grateful, Your Excellency, for several road projects currently being executed by your administration that benefit Anambra State, running into hundreds of billions of naira, especially the Enugu-Onitsha Road, and we appreciate your Minister of Works, who came recently to flag off one of them and has been working tirelessly to get these projects on track.
In an open address, President Bola Tinubu expressed gratitude to the governors present for their inspiring support, praising Anambra State's unwavering commitment to progress. The president felt privileged to commission the state's legacy projects, calling for unity and harmony among citizens, transcending cultural and background differences.
I've always said, and I'm saying the same thing now, in our national anthem, we sing and praise our founding fathers, that though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. We will continue to be brothers. We are one family, single family, diverse, living in the same house called Nigeria. We are only staying in different rooms. Our diversity must lead to prosperity. We must work together to be a Nigerian.
Another major story on the front page of the Fides newspaper reads, Catholic Church honors Anambra Deputy Speaker, others for outstanding service to God. Let's look further into the story. St. Joseph's Catholic Church, Umuawulu, in Awka South Local Government Area, Anambra State, has honored the Deputy Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Pius Okoye. According to the parish priest of the church, Reverend Father Benjamin Odika, the honor which came as the Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Dr. Paulinus Ezeal Kafo, dedicated a gigantic church building of the parish to God in the church. Details of the story can be found on page 6 of the Fides newspaper. Workers' Day. I have cleared gratuity, pension arrears inherited from Obiano, says Soludo. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has announced that his administration has successfully cleared 7 years of accumulated gratuity and pension arrears inherited from his predecessor, Chief Willie Obiano. This announcement was made during the 2025 Workers' Day celebration held at Ekweme Square in Awka, the Anambra State capital. Soludo reiterated his government's commitment to workers' welfare despite the current economic challenges. You can check page 8 for details of the story. And now on religious matters, Bishop Ezekiel Okafor pays maiden pastoral visit to St. Charles Borromeo Catholic Chaplaincy, Ngozi Ika Phase 2 Estate, Awka. Let's have a glimpse of the story. The Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezekiel Okafor, on Sunday, 4th May 2025, paid a maiden pastoral visit to St. Charles Borromeo Chaplaincy, Ngozi Ika Phase 2, Light of the Nation Estate, Awka. Bishop Ezekiel Okafor, during the visit, administered the sacraments of confirmation on 118 candidates, blessed Divine Grace Chapel of Perpetual Eucharistic Adoration, as well as St. Martin of Tours Administrative Complex. Meanwhile, Women's Affairs Commissioner seeks advice as 18-year-old boy impregnates master's daughter, sales girl, 8 others. Following an alleged act of impregnating 10 young women by 18-year-old boy in Anambra, including his master's daughter, sales girl, and 8 others, the Commissioner for Women's Affairs and Social Welfare, Honorable Mrs. Ife Obinabo, has asked the general public to advise her on how best to tackle what she describes as a disturbing issue for her. The Women Affairs Commissioner, who sought the advice through a viral video circulating on various social media platforms, said she was utterly flabbergasted, even as she called on the general public to prefer adequate and lasting solutions to the issue. This story and more can be found on page 13 of the Fides newspaper. And on page 9, Jubilee Diamond Elders celebrated at St. Teresa Church, Nibo. Time. This column can be found on page 14 of the Fides newspaper. Now let's move over to our editorial for this week. Pictures of Anambra's icons on Awka flyovers, the missing link. Whoever thought up the idea of displaying pictures of some of Anambra State's iconic figures on the walls of Awka flyovers certainly came up with a brilliant idea. It is safe to say that it was an idea conceived by the current regime of Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. We have come to the end of this week's episode of Newsflash. Thanks for watching. For more news updates, do well to follow us on all our social media handles. Also ensure to get a copy of the Fides newspaper this week for in-depth story. I remain your anchor on Newsflash, Dennis Joy. Bye for now.